The Yard's Legacy. Elias Thorne, a lanky history major with a mop of unruly hair, found himself captivated not by the grandeur of Harvard Yard, but by its hidden whispers. His research, initially focused on the university's architectural evolution, took a dark turn when he stumbled upon a cryptic inscription in a dusty ledger. It spoke of a bargain struck, a pact made with a force older than time to ensure Harvard's prosperity. Elias, a budding writer with a penchant for the macabre, became obsessed. He devoured obscure texts, deciphered faded maps, and delved into forgotten archives. His investigation led him to a hidden chamber beneath Widener Library, a place reeking of damp earth and a cold, unnatural energy. There, etched onto the rough stone walls, was a detailed account of the pact. The founders, desperate to establish a seat of learning, had pledged a yearly tribute in exchange for success and renown. The chilling truth dawned on Elias: the tribute wasn't money or land, but a life. Every year, a student, chosen seemingly at random, vanished without a trace, their life force fueling Harvard's relentless climb to the top. The inscription detailed a ritual, a way to sever the pact, but it was complex and dangerous. Elias, fueled by a sense of responsibility and a growing horror, knew he had to act. He gathered his meager resources, forgotten texts, arcane symbols, and a borrowed compass that twitched near the inscription. The night of the ritual arrived, the air thick with anticipation and a touch of fear. Elias stood in the center of the yard, the weight of history pressing down on him. He began chanting the incantation, his voice echoing in the deserted campus. The ground trembled, and a spectral figure materialized, its form a writhing mass of shadow and power. A voice, cold and ancient, boomed through the night, demanding its due. Elias, fueled by conviction, countered with the words of the ritual, his voice gaining strength with every syllable. The entity writhed, its power waning as the pact threatened to dissolve. Suddenly, a chilling scream ripped through the night. A young woman, a student Elias had recognized in passing, appeared beside him, a blank look in her eyes. The entity, sensing a fresh sacrifice, lunged for her. Elias reacted instinctively, shoving the woman aside and completing the final words of the ritual. With a deafening roar, the entity vanished, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. Elias crumpled to the ground, exhausted but exhilarated. The yard lay still, bathed in the light of a rising sun. The pact was broken. But as he looked at the bewildered young woman, Elias knew the cost. He had saved Harvard, but would forever bear the burden of the life he'd sacrificed. Now, his writing wouldn't just tell stories, it would serve as a silent warning, a reminder of the dark legacy beneath the yard's manicured lawns.